Dear Jay, by the time you read this letter, I'll be gone. Probably for the better. I keep trying to write this like it happened in a moment, a lightning strike, a slammed door, and that's it, we're done. But the truth is, this has been more like a slow forgetting of the words to a song we both still hum, the same tune, just gaps. And you're there, Jay, confidently carrying the melody, and I'm a half beat behind, hoping you won't notice I've lost the line. I didn't mean to. That feels important to say, even if it doesn't change anything. I didn't wake up one morning and decide today feels like a good day to become a stranger to the person I know best. It was smaller than that, Jay. Quieter. Like when you walk into a room and forget why. But instead of laughing it off, you just stay there. Longer than makes sense. That's what being with you has started to feel like. Not wrong, never wrong, just unfamiliar in a place that used to fit like muscle memory. And you've been incredible at filling in the blanks. Like conversational autocorrect, like predictive text that keeps suggesting us, even when I've stopped typing it, and I almost keep pressing it. Almost. Which is worse, I think, than not trying at all, because it means there are still echoes of who I was with you. They just don't quite land anymore. But even my apologies are starting to feel rehearsed, and you deserve something that doesn't need to be rehearsed, Jay. You deserve improv, quick, instinctive, when you say yes and, not me standing there like, hang on, I know this bit, just give me a second. And the second stretches and stretches, and suddenly the moment's gone, and we're both pretending we didn't feel it leave. We haven't broken. That would be easier. Breaks are loud. They come with edges, with a clear before and after, with something you can point at and say there. That's where it hurt. This is more like fading ink. Like reading a letter we wrote together and noticing I'm disappearing from the sentences, but you're still there, bold, legible, present, and I'm becoming a suggestion. An outline, a whisper of handwriting you have to tilt the page to see, and you do tilt it. God, you try, you adjust the light, you reread, you trace over what's left of me. Like if you press hard enough, I'll come back into clarity, and I wish that worked. I wish effort could reverse this. I wish just wanting this was enough. It used to be. It used to be. You used to be enough to make everything in me move without asking permission. Now there's a delay. I hesitate between thought and action, between feeling and showing, between you and me both arriving. Like I'm buffering in my own life, and I can see you waiting for the loading wheel to disappear, but I don't think it is. I think this is me now, half present, half elsewhere, fully aware that this is not something you should have to love around. So this is me doing the one thing I should have done sooner. Naming it. I'm leaving. Or maybe I have been leaving. In such small polite increments that it felt like staying, like taking one step back every day and calling it standing still until suddenly there's distance with no memory of the exact step that made it too far. I'm sorry. Not in the neat, tidy way that fixes things, but in the messy, ongoing way that just sits there because it has nowhere else to go. I'm sorry for every time you reached and I lagged. I'm sorry for every moment that you gave fully and I gave thoughtfully, measured, delayed, less. I'm sorry, Jay. You deserve more than less. Dressed up as trying. You deserve someone who meets you in the moment, not a few seconds after it's past, saying, wait, come back, I'm ready now, when we know it's already gone. And here's the bit I didn't want to confess. I know about the other you've been seeing to manage this mess in my absence. I saw her initials scrawled upon your schedule. C.L. Of course, I dug around, looked her up, profile, stalked her. She seemed nice, all polished and timed, all clinical charm, slipping in where I can anymore, doing no harm on purpose. But Jay, you can't say we both don't feel the gap between what she gives you artificially and what we used to have naturally. She borrows my jacket. She mimics my tone. She says, I can help you feel less alone, but it's scheduled and it's measured. It rises, it falls like the seduction of a whore echoing through the alley from a red-lighted door. And I hate that you feel that you have to feel me through her in this way, like I'm only a version she tries to role play. I loved you easily once. And that might be the hardest part. There was a time when this was effortless, not perfect, not constant, but natural, like breathing. And now I'm counting it in, out, in, out. And anything you have to count eventually becomes work. And anything that becomes work in this way eventually becomes something else, something heavier, something slower, something that looks like love but moves like hesitation. And that's where I am, hesitating in places I used to run towards. So this is me finally saying it cleanly, even if nothing about it feels clean. I can't stay the way you need me to. I can't be who I was to you, not because you've changed. You didn't. I've changed, but because something in me has been quietly slipping its grip on everything that used to come naturally, including us, especially us and you. You deserve someone who doesn't have to hold on that hard just to keep the connection from thinning. You deserve presence without effort, love without lag, a hand that meets yours at the same time. And I wanted to be that. I was that. And now I'm writing you a letter instead of reaching for your hand, which I think tells you everything. Goodbye. Not all at once, not dramatically, just finally. Honestly, completely enough to stop pretending this is still what it was. I hope she makes you happy. I hope she finally makes you feel seen. I hope you're happy together. All the best. Yours truly, Love Dopamine.